What's going on, miners? Chump Change XD here. Hope you're all staying healthy, having a great day. Today, courtesy of Jingle Mining, we're going to be testing out the Jasminer X4-1U. This is supposed to be the most efficient Ethereum miner on the market at this moment. It also does ETC, which is amazing. Now, it's supposed to get 520 mega hash on Ethereum at like 240 watts. So we're going to do some tests on this thing, see what it actually gets. And it's perfect for a miner in my situation with high electric costs. So if you guys want to see what this thing does, let's do it. All right, so here we are over at the Jasminer website. Now, if you guys can see, this is jinglemining.com. Again, that is the company that sent this unit over for us to review for you guys. Now, we're going to be looking at the X4-1U model. If you guys look right here, you guys can scroll down. They have a bunch of different miners. These are mostly ASIC miners that I'm not sure if they're built by them or what, but they have all of these available. So super awesome to you guys. I mean, this is, again, one of the most efficient Ethereum miners, if not the most efficient Ethereum miner on the market at this current moment. And honestly, I wish they existed when I first got into mining, because these things are definitely a bang for the buck, in my opinion. Now, coming down here, they do have some like Ethernet cables, power supplies. They have a bunch of stuff. I believe this is mostly EU plug style, so I'm not sure if they have like stuff that's over here in the US, but either way, the power supply should work just fine. Same thing with the Ethernet cables, and they do have network server cabinets, which is pretty cool. So these units, the X4-1U, is designed to go in a server cabinet, so you can literally just stack them on top of each other. And I mean, that would be the most ideal situation. I would be so pumped to have that. So now, getting over here at the actual page they have, this is the add to cart section. Now, you can either get one that ships in 10 days for the price right here listed, or you can go to ship in 30 days and save yourself a couple $100, which is pretty neat. So obviously trying to do a supply and demand type thing. If you're willing to wait, they're going to give you a little bit of a break, which is kind of neat in my opinion. I think that's awesome that they do that. Now, this unit, I believe, is about 17 inches by 18 inches by 2 inches tall. It is super small and very easy to manage around your house if you're a household miner. That's honestly great for me anyways. I can put it almost anywhere. So now, looking right here at the hash rate, we're getting 520 mega hashes. It says plus or minus 10%, with a power consumption of 240 watts plus or minus 10%. That is beyond amazing. If we look at my A2000s that I have a full rig of, there's 12 of those cards, I'm getting right around 500 mega hash at about 1,000 watts. So that is on par for those. And I spent roughly $500 per card when they were really just coming out and they weren't oversold and all that. So $500, so that's about $6,000 right there for those 12 cards. And this thing runs at literally a quarter of the wattage for just about the same exact price. So I mean, you guys can do the math. If it makes sense for you, if this would totally make sense for me. I wish these came out way sooner in the market than they actually did, because I would have been purchasing more if I was buying more stuff at this current moment. All right, so now that we went over the specs on that unit, let's go and set this thing up. So what I do personally is I download this advanced IP scanner. This is to scan a network in seconds. So what it does is it scans everything plugged in to your network or Wi-Fi to your router, basically. Now, this will give you every IP address and all that stuff. Let me show you right here. This is what it looks like. Now, it is advanced IP scanner. I will leave a link to Jingle Mining and this stuff down in the description below if you guys are interested in any of it, if you guys don't already have it. Now, what you do is just come here. Once you open the program, you click scan. And looking right here, now you guys can see Jasminer is highlighted in the blue because my cursor is over it. Now, I have everything else blurred out, obviously, for safety and all that stuff. But if you look to the left, there's like a monitor picture almost. There's an arrow. You're going to click that down arrow, and we're going to come down to the HTTP, which is going to allow you to double click and open up a web page. For some reason, if it does not allow you to open right up to this page and it says it's unauthorized, there is a user and a password. You're going to type in root and root again in the user and in the password, and then it will enable you to get into this screen. Now, obviously, looking here, it is super cut and dry. It says overview on the left hand side, stats, miner, network, admin, log, upgrade, reboot, and reset. So obviously the reset allows you to put it to factory settings. Reboot, you can just reboot the rig if you want. Now, the only thing when it comes to rebooting this miner, it takes 30 minutes for this thing to connect to the network. So I don't exactly know what it does within that 30 minutes, but it's roughly around 30 minutes before you will hear the fans starting to ramp up and actually do something. Because right now at this current moment, this thing's only pulling between 20 and 40 watts at the wall, and it is almost whisper quiet. It is really not loud at all. I have a decimal meter. I will put a picture of it right here so you guys can see. Now let's get into the miner section of the settings. So what we will do is literally have to go grab the URL or the Stratum you guys are going to mine with. So I'm going to choose to use Ethermine, and I'm going to use a separate wallet that I've never used before. If we scroll down here also, there is a frequency that you guys can see. It's 200 megahertz and 225 megahertz. So the videos I've watched about this, the 225 seems to be the most efficient for the most hash rate. But right now, let's just start off with the 200 megahertz. I want to see what this thing does, efficiency at the wall and obviously mega hash. And then we will switch over to the 225 and just double check both, because why not? So it's going to take me at least an hour to do this segment of the video. You guys will see it in just a few seconds. So just in case you guys don't know how to get the actual Stratum address, you're going to go to ethermine.org. Again, I'll leave all these links down in the description below. We're going to click Let's Start Mining Now. Right here, I am US East personally, so that's what I'm going to use. I will copy this right here and paste it into the Jasminer platform there. But first, we need to look at the Stratum port. This is 4444. So you need to add that to the end of this with a colon in between. So what we're going to do is come here, URL, we're going to paste that in, colon 4444. Then we are going to, right here where the worker is, we're going to put our wallet address, period, and then I'm just going to name it Jasminer, because that's how you name the rig. So it comes up with that name at the dashboard on Ethermine. So that's pretty much it. I mean, wallet address, period, Jasminer, that's what I'm naming it. So that's it. Then we're going to do ETH, because that's what we're mining. That's what that wallet is. And again, I'm going to start with the 200 megahertz because I want to see what that actually does at the wall and for hash rate. So all you have to do is click update. Now you can also come over here and go to miner status, and this will more or less tell you the uptime, the network, the hash rate, and the hash rate average. But we don't see anything because we have to wait that half-hour period of time before it actually spools up and reads here and at the actual pool. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, so we're back. Now you can see right here, I took a screenshot of where it was at inside the miner status. Now the average hash rate was 519.73. We have the hash rate RT. I'm not really sure what that stands for. If you guys know, let me know down in the comments below. It is 445.70. You can see down at the bottom, it says one board. It's an ASIC number 8. It says frequency 200, hash rate 517.99. and 39 to 50 temp. So obviously the temperature inside here is relatively cool. It has been registering at the pool, but I didn't let it fully register at the pool because I'm going to switch it right now over to the 225 and we're going to see what that is. So real quick, I just want to show you guys the decimal and the wattage. The wattage was right around 250 or so, and then the decimal, you can see it was high 70s to low 80s. And I'm not sure if that's going to change with the higher frequency on 225, but let's go test that one out. And then we'll be able to actually go through this whole thing, because I will take this ASIC and I will throw it inside the crypto mining trailer. That way we can go through it and not have to worry about, the thing being quite loud next to us and having the microphone right here. All right, and we're back. So check it out. 607 mega hashes is the hash rate RT. Again, I'm not sure what the RT stands for, but the average hash rate is 562. If you look at the wattage meter, we are literally looking at 280 or so watts. And then on top of that, we have a decimal reading right around 80, low 80s, same as it was on the previous 200 frequency. Now we're at 225. As you can see, the hash rate right here is, again, right where the average is, right down here. So temp is 5668. Now we have this machine outside at the actual crypto mining trailer. It's, boiling away with the rest of those cards in there. So it's working. It's definitely doing its thing. Let's see. It is starting to read right now. You can see the actual miner is still registering. It was just seen 10 minutes ago. So this thing's still booting up, and it's got to adjust into Ethermine. Ethermine's a little slow when it comes to catching up with the hash rate. But I mean, you guys can see this thing, even if it's just doing the 560, that's amazing compared to like anything else that's around or available for the price point. I mean, this is just, I really think it's worth it, to be honest. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Are you guys interested in one of these Jasminers? Honestly, for the size and the price point, it kind of makes sense. Now, I know it sucks that Ethereum's going away, but the nice thing is this thing can still mine Ethereum Classic for a good while after Ethereum's gone. So it's not going to be a complete doorstop right away. Now, I'm not being paid for my honest opinion here. This was sent over to us from jinglemining.com. So again, thank you so much to them. We do have a coupon code, Misfit Mining. If you guys are interested, feel free to go check it out. But when it comes to comparison versus like my A2000s, say, that are like the pretty most efficient cards that I have, right? Those I got for a steal around $500 or so when they were really just coming to light in the mining scene. And adding that up, that's 12 cards times 500 comes out to $6 grand. So this unit right here is what, right around $6,500, give or take. And it's, you can wait 30 days, save a couple $100, or you can actually get it in 10 days for a little bit more. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's worth it. I mean, especially if your electric rate is super high. It's very interesting, and I am super excited to see what this does. So I'm going to do a 1 month profitability on this unit right here. It's mining to a separate wallet all by itself, and I will recap this in a month, and then we will switch over to ETC and we'll do the same thing and just see how profitable it is. So if you guys appreciated this content, please don't forget, go down here, hit this like button, and don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't seen this video or this video, please go check them out, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.